I'm now recording.
Welcome. I'm going to do a review today on a Sony A450 DSLR camera, which is this thing here. It's got 14 million megapixels, which states it there. It's got up to 7 frames per second. It's got a nice here range of up to 6400, I believe. It's a very good camera. The image quality is quite good in it. Well, I think it is anyway. It's got a built-in flash.
Yeah, the trouble with built-in flashes, they can give you a red eye.
They can. This isn't a professional camera.
Well, it's semi-professional.
It's more entry level, intermediate level. I will now go over the layout of this camera. You've got the lens here.
That's pretty obvious.
Which is DSLR. What I like about it is that you can change the lens. If I want, I can take the lens off and put another one on, as you can see.
Yeah, you use 200 and you use 50.
This is the 55, 18 to 55, and I have the 70 to 200, 300 or 200.
Well, 18, that drops it down fairly low.
It does, yeah.
That drops it down fairly low, I tell you.
Now Sony are too new to the camera industry. They have Minolta cameras, equipment and stuff, which Minolta equipment will work with this camera. The on switch is here. That will turn on when you do that up, and that is the take button. Then you press that button to take.
Okay, let's talk about speeds.
I'm going over the button layout.
Oh, okay, go on.
And keep your hand.
Stop humming.
Keep your hand on the thing there. It'll got a problem with that.
Yeah, I just realised. See, I'm getting told off even here.
You got the select mode dial. It lets you go from auto to no flash to macro, sports, and portrait, and you can go manual, speed priority, aperture priority, and program.
Well, actually, Sony is noted mainly for its massive video cameras, its professional video cameras.
They are, but they're like, and you got your menu button here, your DISP button here. You got your exposure control button here, which you can't do on auto, and you got that one there. You got your AF, select your autofocus, and you got your.
You're not too keen on autofocus, are you?
You mean auto?
Yeah.
It doesn't give you as much control, but you have to learn what is good for what situation and stuff. And you got your preview button here. Now what I like about this camera is it lets you use 2 different memory cards. So I have one 8 gig memory stick from Sony. It's a high speed one, and you can use an SD one as well, which I got a full Sony gig one as well.
It's up there. You got it there. Okay.
I have both of them, and so if I run out of memory in one, I can use the other.
Compared to the Nikon.
Nikon, I think, leaves Sony on its head at the moment. Well, this one it does anyway. This one isn't that great.
Well, compared to the Nikon that your mother's got, that is far superior.
This is far superior.
Oh, right, it is.
Don't get me wrong. The D550, I mean, sorry. It's a good camera, the Nikon D50, but it's old now.
It's a lot slower too than that one.
It is, and you can do a live view on this. I'll show you. You press this button here, which lets you view the photo here. Now, with the Sony's one, like in Nikon, what I like about Nikon is they have on the shoulder here, on top of here, they have with all your settings, Nikon have it there. But in Sony, oops, sorry, your settings are here all the time.
Well, that could be better in a way.
Yeah, I guess, but some people actually prefer it to be here, where they can actually see the ISO settings and stuff. This is a very fast camera, up to 7 frames per second on fast auto. Well, speed priority.
What? How many frames per second on the new one you're getting?
10. That's the Sony A450.
That's a very fast camera.
It is, but it's very small. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I dislike about it.
Small?
Yeah, the Sony A450 is a small thing. It's not as big as this.
Well, the one I saw was.
Yeah, it's a very good camera. The battery goes in here. The battery lasts up to 1,050 shots, which is amazing, really.
Now, what advantage would you say the SLR's got over the ordinary compact?
You can take better more refined, more detailed photos. You have more choice of lenses. I know Sony brought out this bridge camera.
Oh yeah, it's something out of this world.
Well, it's alright, but
it's had a hell of a good write-up.
It has, but I don't think it has anything up to a DSLR standard.
But I like to feel I've got something in my hands, and with these little cameras, you know, if you breathe in too fast, it'll go up your nose.
Yeah.
You know,
so it's a good camera. The build quality, it's made out of
well, it's carbon fibre.
Carbon fibre plastic, yeah.
Well, not plastic, it's carbon fibre.
So it's not as good build quality as a Nikon, but...
No, well, there again, you get what you pay for, kid.
You do.
With Nikon, you pay... Hello, you've gone off screen. With Nikon, you pay...
You do.
Big money.
Big money, and...
I mean, you talk about a 200mm lens costing about 5,000.
Yeah.
And your 200mm lens for that one was what? Just over 200.
Yeah.
There's a hell of a difference.
There is, but the F settings then is totally different. Like a €700 version of this would probably this only goes as low as 3.5, and then €1,000 version of this one will probably go down to 1.5 or something. So there's a big difference in the F settings.
We know your favourite, the camera of your dreams is a Hasselblad, but that'll always remain a dream.
Well, I can't afford that one.
Well, there's not many people that can afford what, 14,000 euro
yeah,
for a camera.
I can't afford that type of money at all. So
and that's the cheap Hasselblad.
Yeah. So I know some people prefer their compacts, but a DSLR is so
well,
much better.
compacts do have. I mean, you've got a brilliant compact, but
yeah, it doesn't stand up to this though.
Well, no, but the point is this: you can take it where you can't take that.
Yeah, so
where that's going to be an inconvenience to drag a camera bag around with you, with that kind of equipment. But if you're going out for the day and you see something, you got your little compact, it's in your pocket, it's a lot easier to use the compact.
it is.
I find this anyway. And if you haven't got the compact, use your bloody phone. That brings us to the HTC phone, which is how many megapixels? 8, isn't it? Which is 8 megapixels camera on a phone. Come on, folks.
That still isn't that great because there's other factors to compare with the photos taken. The megapixels.
Check your time.
You can have as many megapixels as you like, but if you have crap ICO and crap exposure taking abilities,
I agree.
Then it won't.
Everyone thinks, oh, I've got to get this camera. It's got 10 megapixels. I've got to get this one. 15 meg. It's not the megapixels anymore. 3 megapixels will give you an A4 size photograph in perfect clarity. That is a fact. And not many of you will have anything as big as an A4 size. So that's a 3 megapixel. So, you know, a 10 megapixel is enough. Your ISO, that's the important thing.
That is reducing noise. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that is very important.
There's like pubs and stuff. A phone wouldn't be very good there.
No.
And especially if you're going to a pub that is low lighting and stuff. That's where a DSLR comes in handy.
If you keep knocking that, I have to keep moving the camera, so you keep going out of frame.
If you have to keep the flash off, then what you do is you gank up the ICO as far as it'll go. Now that will create grainy, noisy photos, and some cameras can't handle DSLR.
You better explain ICO, because a lot of people out there with compacts, they won't know what ICO is.
I'm not exactly a great expert on
But I
know what it does. Oh god, I'm not great at explaining things. I never was.
Yep, you got that right.
It basically gives more detail, I think. But
well, if you're going into RAW and stuff like that, that's another advantage you can take
you can
in
shoot
RAW.
with RAW, but the problem with RAW is you have to process the photos yourself.
Yeah.
Which means lots of editing time, and because the camera doesn't process them at all. You get all the detail, like in JPEG. It compacts it all down, so you're losing detail in some parts of the photo, because if it sees that 2 colours are the same colour but different shade of the colour, it will blend them together so they become one colour, and that's not something people want. But
Okay, give us the cost of that camera.
this one cost.
Don't move it out of frame.
Sorry, this one cost me €700.
So if you multiply that, if you double that, you're near enough get dollars.
I've seen this go for $850.
Yeah, okay. So that's it.
Yeah, it's a good camera. I suggest anyone into photography to get a DSLR. They're not that expensive anymore. You can get cheaper ones. Just make sure you look into them and stuff.
And if you're feeling rich, go get yourself a Hasselblad.
Just don't tell me and Terry about it.
No, I'll be very sick and very sad. It's as bad as Spirit Wolf coming up with all these lovely bikes. That was really painful.
Well, good thing I'm not that into bikes. That doesn't affect me so much.
He's a Philistine, folks. He's a Philistine. Okay.
Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Blessed be.